welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Disney life hacks / tips for Disney World. Okay, let's face it, no matter how many times you go to Disney World, you learn something new and you learn what to do and what not to do. Doesn't matter if it's your first time or if it's your 100th time, you always learn something, and this is a little bit of tips / tricks to help you out through all of your planning when you're at Disney World, how to avoid lines. Let's just say that it's helping one Disney fan to another. Alright, now before you even start to do anything at all, let me tell you something. The best time to book your flight to Disney World, because let's face it, most of us will probably be flying in. Why is that so hard to say right now? Sorry, I haven't had my coffee. I'll be good. Anyway, let's face it, all of us are, not all of us, but most of us are flying in. If not, if you're driving, kudos to you. But if you're flying in, the best times to get your tickets is actually 54 days before your vacation. What I would honestly suggest is as soon as you figure out what dates you want and what time period, I would suggest booking that flight, because let me tell you something, it is very hard as soon as you book everything and you think you're set to go and you can't find a flight. And let's face it, sometimes flights to Orlando get a little too expensive. So the best time to do it is definitely 54 days before your flight. That is my suggestion. Also, if you are planning to go to Disney World, I would honestly suggest bringing your Disney Visa credit card. Now, if you don't have your Disney Visa credit card or you don't know what I'm talking about, Disney does offer a credit card, which is called the Disney Visa credit card. Usually you can use it at any Disney stores or anything like that. In general, it's a regular credit card, but if you use it at any Disney stores or Disney World, you do get, I believe, 15% off, and I believe you do get some cash back. But plus, if you bring it to the parks, trust me, it'll come in handy. And sometimes there have been different offers to use, like if you have a Disney Visa card, they'll have like a special station for water or stuff like that. Like I've seen it happen before in the past. I'm not saying that when you go there will be there, but it's always nice to have. And plus, let's face it, you can take some really cool pick opportunities for Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter. Anything that we would like to do, I would honestly suggest bringing the card though. And if you don't have a card and you would like one, I would suggest applying. I do know as soon as you spend like $500, they do give you some cash back. So that's also a good way too. If you're booking a hotel or your tickets, you could use your card and you could get some cash back. Because let's face it, Disney is kind of expensive sometimes, so the card will definitely come in handy. Also, another tip, if you are staying at a Disney resort or any Disney resort whatsoever, or hotels / hotels, I guess you can say, they do have a reusable cup, well, mug, that you can purchase. I would suggest purchasing the mug because you can reuse it in any Disney hotels. You can't use it in the parks, but let me tell you how you can use it in the parks. You can actually bring the mug and you can fill it up with water, because they do have water stations, or you can go to any little stands and just say that you want water and they will fill the mug up with water. So that is one way to stay hydrated and to get your money's worth of using the cup. What I would suggest is before you go to the park, and if you do have the mug, like let's say you don't want water, let's say you want some soda, you definitely can tell them to just fill it up with soda, and you can just start drinking your soda on like in the park and then just use it for water. Like there's multiple ways to use it, but that's one of way that I would suggest just getting your money's worth. If you are staying at the Disney resort, you can have them wake you up, like you can request a wake-up call from one of your favorite characters at Disney. And personally, I think this is a great way to start any day, especially if you have kids. Like, what a special little surprise. But also, if you're just there in general, I would suggest that's a great way, because if you're like me, you're not a morning person and it's a struggle to get out of bed. Even if you're at Disney, it is a struggle sometimes. So that just kind of boosts your like energy and gets you started for the day, that you're like, oh yeah, I am definitely gonna have a magical day. Like this definitely is getting me up, this is definitely waking me up, this is definitely getting me pumped. Like it's just a nice way to start, and I think it's a nice, special, magical moment. And it definitely just makes you feel like you are going to have a magical day, like I said again. So I just think that's a really cool thing. So once you get into the Disney parks, or if you're buying your tickets at Disney, they will ask you, or picking your tickets up at Disney, they will ask you if you're celebrating anything. Honestly, this is a time where you say, yes, even if you're not. Just say it's your first time, just say like you're just here to visit for the park, like if you're doing a family reunion, if you just got engaged, if you're getting married, you know, just different things, or if it's your birthday. You know, they will actually give you a free pin, and if they don't ask you that, or you like already have your tickets and you're like Magic Band, there is a place that you can get them in Main Street, which I think is really great, because last time my brother we're just celebrating pins and they had his name, and then the other time for my birthday I went and I had a birthday pin, and it was really great because everyone, well, all the cast members kept yelling out, "Happy birthday, princess! Happy birthday, princess!" Or they would read your pin and they would just greet you, and it's that little special moments and the little special magical interactions that really do make your day, and it reminds you how much Disney goes out of their way, because it's just really, really nice. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, it was just one of those moments where my brother was like, I can't believe people are actually like congratulating or like telling us, hey, congratulations, kind of thing. Like, it's really sweet. But also it's a great memorabilia afterwards, and it's free. Let's face it, all of us have a phone, okay? We're all gonna use it to take pictures because you are in Disney World. You wanna take as many pictures as possible to remember this magical moment. And what tends to happen? You tend to lose your battery life. I was gonna say power, but battery life. They do have reusable, chargeable portals, rechargeable porting, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. They actually do have a station to recharge them, so they're like little rods that you can get. They're like $30, but you can literally exchange it throughout the day. So let's say you're using it and it runs out, you can go down to Main Street or wherever they have it, and you can exchange them, and it's all for free. And if you're staying there for a week, I think that's great, especially if you don't have one, or if yours breaks down. Like $30 for like the whole time you're there is perfect. Like if you're staying there for like a week, honestly, I would say it's perfect, because they do have this in almost every Disney park, and it's just really great, especially because telling you guys, this coffee's not kicking in, but like I said, it will come in handy because you are using your phone a lot. And also, tip number one, what I would suggest if you don't want to get a portable charger, you can honestly bring your like cord, or your I was gonna say your cord, because they do have charging stations in different places that you can honestly plug in your cord and charge your phone for a little bit if you want to, and that's really great. And then also they do have free Wi-Fi, which I would definitely suggest taking advantage of, to upload your Instagram pictures, to upload that Snapchat, and to definitely tweet that you are at Disney World, because you want to make everyone feel jealous. Speaking of phones, I can't even finish this video without saying, get my Disney experience. Please get it. If you are honestly going to Disney World, or if you're staying at a Disney World resort, please get the My Experience app. This will be your best friend the whole time you're there. I promise you this. Like, you will honestly be using this like there's no tomorrow, because you can make your reservations there, you can figure out your schedule, like you can make a schedule and stick to it, especially if you have little kids. Like, that is perfect. You can figure out wait times, and also you can make your fast passes on there instead of finding a fast pass kiosk, because let's face it, when you do find a fast pass kiosk, it is crowded with people, and by the time you finally get to the kiosk, the fast pass that you were looking at is gone. You can honestly do it on your phone, and I will actually do a separate video on fast passes, because there is a great way to use it, and I would honestly suggest using your fast passes because they are free and they are included in your tickets, which a lot of people do not know about. Like, I can't tell you how many times I told my friends when they go to Disney, I'm like, use your fast pass, and they're like, isn't it like extra money? I'm like, no, it's included in your tickets. Like, you get 3 fast passes in the morning or in the day that you can use, and then afterwards it's 1 by 1. I suggest using the 3 as soon as you get there, like in the morning, and then you can just use as much fast passes throughout the day, because let's face it, the lines at Disney is really long. Like I said, the My Disney Experience app will be your best friend, because if you're lost, they have a map there. If you're trying to figure out how to get to like Fantasyland really quick from, let's say, Frontierland, like they'll show you little ways. Or if you want to make dining reservations, you can. And now the My Disney Experience app, I'm like, sorry if I'm like going crazy right now, because this app is so amazing. This app now allows you to pre-order your food, and you can go pick it up in certain locations, which let's face it, is amazing because as soon as you get there, the lines are crazy everywhere. Doesn't matter what time of the year you're going, let's face it, lines are crazy, and sometimes you do get a little hangry and you don't want to wait in line. So this app is perfect for that, and I think it's a genuinely good idea. Also, if you're staying at the resort, like I was saying earlier, you can make your fast passes up to, I believe, 60 days in advance. And on top of that, if you want to change your reservations, you can do it just on your app. If you wanted to, like let's say you're in Magic Kingdom and you wanted to make reservations for Animal Kingdom, you can do it on your app without going there. So I would honestly suggest getting the My Disney Experience app. It will be your lifesaver for the whole trip. Like, I can't tell you guys how much this app is amazing. Like, I can go on and on about this app. It's amazing. Alright, once you're at Disney or any Disney parks, they actually do have free transportation. They also have free transportation from the airport as well. They have like Disney shuttles that do take you to your resort if you're staying at the resort, which I think is very useful and handy. There is a certain time limit though that you can use it, so I would suggest going on the website, or if you're booking, it says when you can use it. If not, they now have the minivans that you can use, but that isn't free. You do have to pay for that, unless, like, I mean, if you want to pay for that experience, go ahead. I mean, you get to ride in a minivan, which I think was a very, very cute idea. But they do have free transportation, and honestly, I would suggest, this is my personal opinion, at the end of the night, getting on that monorail or getting on that boat is very hard because everyone is just rushing to exit. It doesn't matter what time, there is always a rush crowd. The like least popular mode of transportation that Disney has is the bus, but it's very quick and it gets you to the same point. So I would suggest in the morning to use the bus. I understand that it's not the most magical way to get there because, let's face it, we all want to ride the monorail, we all want to ride the boat. Why am I, once again, this coffee, come on, kick it. But the bus is definitely a great transportation. It gets you very quick. Most of the time it's least crowded. You probably will have to wait half the time that you would wait to get on the monorail or the boat. So I would suggest using the bus transportation to get to whatever park you're going to, and to also get to your resort as well, because they do have buses to your resorts. I would suggest using that. So please do take advantage of the free transportation that Disney has, because a lot of theme parks don't have this. So I honestly love it. It will definitely come in handy, especially if you're doing park hoppers, like park hopping. I would suggest using the buses because they're so much quicker. Trust me on that one. What a lot of people do not understand is that Disney, you are allowed to bring your own water bottles. So if you don't want to like spend money, or if you don't want to buy a reusable cup, I would suggest bringing your own water bottles. They have like water fountains everywhere. Let's face it, in Florida during the summertime, if you're going, it is extremely hot, so you do want to stay hydrated. You don't want to like ruin your experience by like just fainting on the floor because of dehydration. So definitely bring your water bottle, because you can bring water bottles. You can also bring snacks too. So if you have a little kid, you can definitely bring them snacks, because let's face it, a lot of the times they're like, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. How about now? I'm hungry. Can we get food now? How about now? What about now? Food? Like, so just bringing them snacks will definitely calm them down, especially give them something to do when they're in line. If you're waiting in a long line, that's one way that you can do it as well. Also, just in general, like, I love snacks, so I'll bring in a granola bar sometimes, just because I'm like, I don't have money for a Disney churro, and I love Disney churros, but I'm a girl on a budget. So you can definitely do that. And Disney also provides water cups, so you're never really dehydrated. You can go onto any station or any stand and just be like, can I just get a cup of water? And the cup of water is actually pretty big. I want to say like it's like this size for a cup of water, which is pretty good. So it's like a regular size cup, and you can honestly refill it too if you want to just save it and just use it throughout the day. That's what like my brother did last time, because he didn't listen to me and bring a bottle of water, so I was the only one with a bottle of water. And I remember my brother and my cousin were just like, what? Water, water, water. I'm like, dying, water. I'm like, see, told you, because they didn't believe that you could bring water bottles to Disney. So that's just one trick. Dang is one trick that is one trick that you can do. Alright, if you are like me, you love to take pictures while you're in Disney or anywhere, and just in general, I love taking pictures. And sometimes you see a great photo opportunity and you can't find anyone to take your picture. Or if you want to take a picture in a group, you can't really find someone, you can definitely go to any Disney cast member, well, not any Disney cast member, but the Disney cast member that's taking pictures. You can wait in line and you can have your band scan, or you can have your ticket scan, and they'll give you the photo there. You don't necessarily have to buy that. You can definitely have it, and then afterwards you can be like, can you take a picture with my phone? And that is one way to get them to take a picture, which I have used and have tried, and their picture skills are so much better than mine, so I'm like, I got a great picture of us in front of the castle. So don't be afraid to ask, and also if you're like me and you have no shame, you can ask other people around the parks too. That's not really a trick, I'm just saying you can honestly do that instead of trying to like wait in line sometimes for that great photo opportunity. So that's just one way, and that's really sweet of the cast members to do it. Also, this next tip that I'm going to be sharing is because I made this mistake my first time going to Disney World, and I kind of regret it, and I want to make sure that no one else makes it. Do not, under any circumstance, go close to the castle when they're doing fireworks, because you will not have a good view. You will have a good view of the castle, but the fireworks, not so much. Like, it's like, I kid you not, like, imagine this is like the castle, and then this is where the fireworks were. Like, it was literally like, choop, choop, like we couldn't see anything. Versus our second time that we went, and I was like, let's just go towards the middle, because the closer you are to the castle, the worse view you have of the fireworks. So just being in the middle, it was so much better. Like I said, this is the castle, and the fireworks were like here. Like, you could see them higher up, if that makes sense. Just picking your seats really for fireworks is all on you, but I would honestly not suggest going close to the castle, like going really front into the castle, because you will not have a good view. And that was something that I do regret. I mean, it was a great show, no doubt about that, and it was when Wishes was still there. I loved it. I didn't fully experience it the first time. The second time, I was like, whoa, that's what the fireworks are supposed to look like, okay, kind of thing. So that's honestly my tips and suggestions. Don't go close to the castle. Try to go towards the middle. If you see people fighting to get to the front, you let them. You just go, go ahead. You just stay right behind them. That's honestly what I would suggest doing. Alright, so I hope this video helped you in some way or another. I'm really hoping that you guys either take from it or you learn from my experience, especially about that castle. Still kind of regretting that. Sorry. It's like flashbacks. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe, please, and thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!